Assalamu alaikum and hello again. Now we are in the last stage in our system's life cycle. It is the evaluation. As we used to have the last stage in any of our systems in our life, we have to evaluate our work. We have to see is it successful or we have to make some improvement in this new system.
When a project takes place for the first time, the evaluation is the stage that happens last. Before this, the project will have been analysed, designed, planned, developed, tested and implemented, and the evaluation is the phase in which the team will ask themselves, how did we do? But there's a little more to it than that. The evaluation fits into the development life cycle, meaning there is no first or last stage. Evaluating one project is also how the next project begins, by looking at lessons that can be learned and how existing systems can be improved.
Any evaluation is broken down into a few key parts, which can each be addressed in the form of a question. What went well? What went badly? What could be improved upon in the future? In order for an evaluation to be of any use, these questions need to be asked of all people involved in the project.
Probably the most important group of people to question in this way are the end users, the people for whom the program was designed and developed. They might have comments to make on how long a system takes to start up, how intuitive the user interface is, and how well the system seems to do its job.
When talking to end users, it's important to recognise that there may be several groups. Let's imagine a piece of software has been developed for a school that allows homework to be set and completed online. We could ask the students how user-friendly the system is. The teaching staff might have some input on how long it takes to set a piece of homework for a whole class or an individual student. Even managers might want to have their say on how well they can see homework marks across an entire subject or year group.
When dealing with end users, the key question to ask is whether their new system does the job that it was made to do. Ideally, the answer to this question would be a resounding yes, but this is not always the case. Some systems are excellent, but some contain flaws, and others are a catastrophic waste of time and money. In a structure in which a system is analysed, designed, developed, rolled out and tested, it's important to pin down exactly where any mistakes were made. This way, they can be avoided in the future.
As well as the end users, there are the designers and developers that put the system together. Perhaps the system used by the design staff was too cumbersome. Maybe one member of the programming team was not as efficient as the rest of the team, so some retraining is needed. Perhaps the testers would have done better if they had worked alongside the programmers rather than stepping in afterwards. In each of these cases, the same three questions apply. What went well? What went badly? What could be improved on in the future?
As you see, the evaluation, our last step or stage, I have to evaluate and test my work. Am I meeting the requirements of my customer or my client or not? Do I have any mistake? Maybe I need to fix some print layout. Maybe I have to fix some data entry form and so on. So in the evaluation, we have to put our notes as analysts for the designers to make the designers work on these designs, give it to the developers. These developers have to work on and test it. Then we have to implement these new updates or upgrades for our system and to fix this in our documentations for our later reference. Then we have also to evaluate these changes and updates and so on. For all of this, we can find that many of our systems we are using in our lives, we have to find out our updates for our iOS or Android. Maybe it is done once each 2 months or monthly, sometimes once a year. But any update is done to our system, it will mention to us in a hidden way that we are working to satisfy you, our customer or our client. Now, let's find what is our evaluation here. It is to check the efficiency of our solution, check ease of use, and to check the appropriateness of the solution. Now, once the system is set up and running, it is necessary to do some evaluation and carry out any maintenance if necessary. The following is a list of some of things considered when evaluating how well the new system has worked. Now, we can see here to compare the final solution with the original task, identify any limitations of the system, identify any necessary improvements that need to be made, evaluate the user's responses to using this new system, compare test results from the new system with results of the old system, compare performance of the new system with the performance of the old system, because maybe we are just moving from the old to the new because of the low performance here in the old one. So I have to compare them. Did I match what I need? Is it satisfying my customer or client? Observe users performing set of tasks by comparing old with new. Also, measure the time taken to complete the task, because this is back to the performance. Interview users to gather responses about how well the new system works. Also, give out questionnaires to gather responses about the ease of use for the new system. As you see, these are the methods of collecting or gathering the information about the system, as in the analysis in stage 1. We have to make observations, to collect some survey or questionnaires for the employees, to make some interviews, to make some observation. But as you see, we are not studying here any of the documents, because we have the documents and we know our input output. So we are here just working on 3 methods of collecting data: the observation, the questionnaire, and the interview. We are not talking here about studying the documents. Now, some results from the evaluation may lead to 2 things happening: update of hardware. Why? Because of feedback from the end users. New hardware comes on the market. Also, changes with the company require new devices to be added or updated. Now, also, the second thing, update of software. Why? Because of the feedback of the end users, changes to the company structure or how the company works that may require modifications to the software. The third thing, the changes in legislation that may require modifications to the software. Now, this is the evaluation stage and points. You can find it as a summary here. So I can help you in this summary. It may give you some benefits to make it easier for you to study. Now, by this, we are ending our system life cycle chapter. We have ended talking about all the stages. Good luck in this chapter and do well. Goodbye.